Yep.
I got a good one
Sure.
today. I thought it. I last night thought to myself, I'm getting old and I'm getting negative. So I had one of the ladies from her office. Her son's 21, and he's a bit of a legend. And he goes to me. He's been talking to me the last week about the iPhone, ordering it, how much, blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, you know, fucking sick. Looks great. It's gonna be really cool. And the lesson's here. And he goes to me, look, I'm going to go after work, finish work at 4, whatever. He goes, I'm going to go after work into Apple, you know, line up and get one. And I was like, you know, I can't squash this kid's, you know, I can't squash his enthusiasm. So I'm like, yeah, great. I may even come and meet you because I thought, you know, I'll go out, check out what's happening. Friday, I do a bit of a half day sometimes. So anyway, I got caught up and he goes to me, yeah, I'm in the line. You know, do you want one? And I was like, yeah, but yeah, I want one. Go, that'd be great, you know. He's like, okay. I'm thinking, how's he got the money? Like, it's a lot of money. I said, I'll pay you straight away, but yeah, you know, if you can get one, get one. He's like, okay. So I really like half an hour later, I go, look, you know, I'm feeling bad.
He's just
I'm thinking,
wasting his time.
you know, they're gonna, you know, he's been excited the last week, and you know, it's fucking, you know, I can't say, dude, don't waste your time, you know. And he's like, you know, they've sold out worldwide. There's no more available. The shop sold out. You know,
Because the backstory here
goes
as
back
well,
a month
Mark,
in
is
the
you went to
Apple
order and you're
store.
waiting 3 weeks. So the thought of someone getting one today, you're like, fuck yeah, okay, go for it.
Yeah, I was like, I can get it. Yeah, mate, get it for me.
Okay,
Great.
yeah.
And so I go, so he's like, I go, look, how long are you in the queue? He said, oh, there's only like 8 people in front of me. I said, look, that's pretty cool. Hey, Jeff. I go, that's pretty cool. What, you guys, what we're talking about is young enthusiasm. The young bull outstripping the old bull. Anyway, and he goes, there's 8 people in front of me. I said, okay, well, you've been in the line for an hour at the Apple store in Sydney. You know, has anyone been like, you know, turning back, going, fuck, you know, damn or shit or, you know, he goes, no one. I go, what? Like, you know, this is 5 o'clock in the afternoon, Friday afternoon. Apple's launched at 8 o'clock. There's people lining up the night before, whatever. And he goes, no, everyone's like, no one's been, you know, fuck shit, getting turned away. I go, shit. And he said, oh, a lady came up to me and said, you know, what am I here for? And I said, I'm here for an iPhone. She didn't say there's none available either. Wow. Anyway, he SMSs me. He goes, I've reserved 2. And I was like, yeah, there you go, reserve, whatever, you know. And he goes, and I said, oh, well, so how long's the wait? You know, I'm thinking a month or 2 weeks, come and pick it up. He goes, no, I'm just going to go line up in the other queue and they'll give it to me. I go, what? He goes, yeah, it's going to go in the other queue and they'll go there. And I'm thinking, nah, still don't believe it. I'll go, you know, yeah, okay, go to the queue. Goes to the other queue. And he goes, look, he rings me up. He goes, hey, I've got the phones. Do you want to cover? And I'm going, what? You got the phones? He goes, yeah, I've got the phones. I go, mate, they're sold out worldwide. No one can get them in the whole world. How do you turn up to the shop, line up, and get 2 iPhones that you can't get for like a month or 2? Like, what's the story? And he goes, yeah, I got them. And the story for me was like, I think sometimes being a real estate agent, you know, 10 years down the track or 20 years down the track, sometimes you know too much.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, there's no chance in hell. Everyone's going to be lining up. You know, it's not going to happen. This kid just rocks up, buys it done when everyone's been researching it. and thinking, nah, 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 wait. He just lined
Yeah.
up and got it. The point for me, and the point that I want to talk about this morning, is just that old-fashioned balls. And
No fear.
when you just go hard, you just don't give a shit. You got no fear. You don't
Yeah.
make excuses, good excuses or factual excuses. You just go for the jugular and get it. That's a big one.
It reminds me of you know, I think we all can get placed. It's like hearing when someone says, "Oh, that property's sold," or "That property's leased," and most agents will just be like, "Okay, deal's over." And then it reminds me of that Manly lease, Mark, where I was like, "Okay, you're saying it's leased, but
Yes,
have they signed the lease?" Because everyone's
but
different in their terminology,
yes,
especially when it's someone not in the industry, like an owner. She goes, no, they haven't signed the lease. Okay,
yes,
so it's not leased. What have you done? Taken a deposit. Okay, have they signed the heads of agreement? No. Then really, it's fucking nothing's happened. The deal's on. So as much as everyone's saying that
no,
phone's sold out,
yep.
that kid's just like, well, let me go to the shop and see if it's really sold out. I'm sure that
And like it, and I know that applies in
100%.
real estate, and I know that, and I know a great trainer of ours, Tom Panos, uses the word
Yeah.
hustle and talent.
Talent
Talent.
beats
What is it?
hustle
What is it?
when
Hustle.
hustle beats talent when talent won't hustle. Yeah.
Correct. So I would not hustle yet to go get this phone because I'm like, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It won't happen. They're sold out. There's no way. It's worldwide. But, I'm happy to spend the time researching the thing for hours and hours and watching videos and hearing all about it. But I'm not happy just
Yeah.
to line up and grab one.
And that's,
How many people in real estate talk about the transaction, think about the transaction, research the transaction, and the other cats are out there just grabbing it by the
yeah,
balls
well,
and
what,
going for it,
another
like
Tom
Josh
Panos,
Tesla.
80, what is it, 80% of winning is beginning or along those lines. Just, so to put that in perspective, that kid,
Yep,
well, how long has iPhone's been out? 10 years? And every year, you just hear the horror, you're waiting a month, you go down to the Apple store, sold out, come back in a month. So in the back of your mind, you've stopped trying when it comes out. You're just like, I'm waiting a month. He's fresh.
straight
When he
away.
wants milk, you go to the shops to get milk. So when you want an iPhone, you go to the shops to get an
Fresh.
iPhone. And
Yep,
you got an iPhone.
yep. So when you're selecting an agent, I and when you're, or even if you're getting into your 30s and 40s,
Yeah.
you've got to stay fresh. You've got to keep hustling. You got to stop. Just because you know more, it doesn't mean you should think more and
Correct.
then not
As
do the
Luke
deals.
says, be young at heart as
Do
well.
you-
Like, sort of have that young hustle heart, be in that old body. Like Mark.
Mate,
Yeah.
it wasn't like me yesterday.
Yeah,
Yesterday,
yeah.
I was like, "There's no man. This is
Yeah.
not going to
Yeah.
happen. It's not possible." And this he just goes
So,
out and does it.
so what's some advice for some
Done.
people feeling old, looking old, and losing that hustle? What gets it back? What sparks it?
Look, I think if you've been in the industry for longer than 3
Mm.
years, you're in trouble. Longer than 5 years, you're in trouble. I think you've got to. I think you've got to, stay fresh, stay current. Don't think about shit too much. Just keep churning through the work. Like, how many times in our offices do you
Yeah.
become the Google doctor? You're in Google researching the transactional, researching the terms. The other cats are out there just doing
Well,
the
I think
business.
it
You
also
know,
comes from where I reckon it also stems from, especially when you first start. Like I don't know, you sort of feel like you got nothing to lose, which I think you've sort of got to keep that attitude, especially when you're breaking into a marketplace, breaking into a sector. You sort of got no care in the world because there's no precedent, there's no nothing. And then I think what people sort of
yep.
where it holds them back is then they've created something or a brand, and then they get fearful of that. But it's you've just got to keep moving forward and pretend you're sort of at step one and not get. Well, it's not. I don't think it's complacency. I think it's almost like you've got something to lose. It's more like
It's not.
it's got something to lose.
It
When
is.
it's almost like what's the saying, like war or fighting? If you're going into a fight with no family, you're a hungry animal. But then as soon as you've had a kid or you've got something, you see it in the movies all the time. As soon as you've got something to lose, they've got that fear. They second guess themselves. They're sure run into that burning building.
It's a
And
good
I
point.
think we do that.
So just to bring everyone up to speed, what we're talking about this morning. Well, actually, I'm casting this morning from a brand new
11.
iPhone 11 Max Pro, and a friend of mine, one of our leaders in the office, son, he's 21 and he's a bit of a legend. We always talk about tech, and we've been talking about the iPhone the last week or two, and he said, "Look, I'm going in at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock to get one. Do you want one?"
Like their lollies.
And
Would you like one?
and then he brought back one, and I'm like, man, I was so negative and pessimistic. I know I said yes, but I'm thinking in the back of
Yeah,
my
because they're
mind,
sold
no,
out.
like, you're
Everywhere
wasting
you've
your
read,
time.
they're sold out. You can't get it, and this kid just wants to rock up to the shop.
Yeah. Yeah. So with your real estate agents and with myself and ourselves, you've got to keep hustling. You got to stay current. You got to keep pushing yourself and not
Yeah.
thinking too much. Because often you just think about it and you lose the business, or you don't do the business because you just been thinking about it so much. When there's other cats out there just grinding and just chomping away, that's how we do business. That will make an owner more money when they sell their property. That will make an owner more money when they rent their property, when they've got an agent that's hustling.
Well,
and
here's a good
that's not
example.
thinking too much. Educated,
Yeah, here's a
knows
good
their
example. We
business.
hear it all the time, Mark, even with agents, when you come up with creative ways or concepts to market a property outside the box, and you get some agents that are just like, oh, is that right? Is that like, I'm not saying you're doing anything misleading or anything like that. It's being creative, so it's not the normal. And half the people probably 80% of the people will basically think of 1,000 reasons not to do it, that it may piss off one person or confuse one person, but it's like you're creating a point of difference for your client.
Yes.
Back, say, at your beginning of your career, when you didn't give a fuck, you would have just done it. It would have created some more people coming to the property, or urgency, or it may have failed, but you didn't care because you gave it a shot. Or it worked, and then it worked, so you're happy as well. So I find even these days, even with like marketing strategies or implementing any change, you'll hear a lot of people, there'll be 10 reasons why you shouldn't, rather than just doing it. It's a lot quicker to do it and realize if it fucked up or didn't, than just sit there and go, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Can we? Will that hurt Sally's feelings down the road?
And I know this morning's example's a bit of a lay example. We're talking about a mere iPhone, but the lesson was much greater for me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I knew all the reasons why it was not possible for this kid to go out and buy them. I knew. And there's that saying where energy goes, where focus goes, energy flows. So he was focusing on just going to get it, and he was spending an hour or two, whereas my focus was, look, it's not going to be possible. It's not there. It's not going to happen. It's never happened worldwide. Apple Store, thousands of people. It's not going to happen. And when you got an agent that's just focusing with their eye on the pie, as an agent that's super educated and thinking about the reasons why it shouldn't be done, it's pretty powerful
100%.
stuff what we're talking
and I think
about.
we've said it before, like Glenn Higgs is a good example of that old dog keeping that young hustle and that spark burning, especially with social media. A lot of older agents, they're not even on social media, and they're just like, nah, and they avoid the change or adapting. They're thinking
about it.
Like some of them have been thinking for 10 years.
They're thinking about it.
So
they're thinking about the reasons why it can't work, shouldn't work, won't work, could it work, it may work, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't work. If they take that energy, they take that focus, and they throw that into just getting shit done and getting on social, 100%. They're going to sell shit on social. And I
say to so many people in other industries, buddies, like we were trying to chat with the suits people the other day, more businesses need to be on social. More business people need to be on social and talking about what they do. It's a lot of people are interested by what a lot of people do. I find it's not just a platform for real estate agents. Brokers should be on there. I know Sam, he's on there today. He does a lot with his financial planning, which I love, educating people. I think a lot of people restrain themselves of, no, it's just for real estate agents for social media. It's everything on there.
Michael, it's a platform. It's a platform
Humans,
for
exactly.
humans. People think it's not a platform for selling cars. It's not a platform for selling real estate. It's not a platform. It's a platform for humans. Humans are spending the majority of their day on it. And when it's not the iPhone that they're spending their time on, they're spending it on one or two select apps. I want to be on those apps advertising properties. I want to be on those apps to get a better price for my clients. But again, this morning, and what we're talking about is just going to get an iPhone when everyone else is thinking about it. It's not possible. It's sold out. It's there. You know, I think in our business, if you're employing an agent, you want to go get her. You want them educated. You don't want them sucking on their thumb, but you want to go get her. You don't want someone so green that they got a blunt blade. But you do want someone green, so they're super optimistic to go and get that price. They know no better.
Perfect. Any questions, guys? Anything out there? Anything else you want to add, Mark? Pumped for Saturday.
Yeah, it's big Saturday. It's big day. Look, real estate prices, Northern Beaches. We won't open the topic up, but I will put the headline out there. Northern Beaches is pumping.
Yeah, I put a few posts on my social, on my story, which basically Sydney's top demand suburbs. No, sorry, Australia's top demand. And Luke shared it. Thank you. So Collaroy and Allambie were in top 2 of Australia's growing suburb, and of Sydney we had DY and something. Just DY. That's all that matters.
Let's see how that translates.
I'll put the article.
We'll let you know how that translates
I'll put the article
weekend,
in
guys.
the feed. Very interesting read. And it also had Northern Beaches as one of the highest searched suburbs on realestate.com, Australia-wide. So really good article.
That's great.
And we could talk for another hour about why the Northern Beaches had that growth, but we'll save that maybe for Monday.
Guys, thanks for your support this morning. And have a great weekend.
Hopefully best of luck, everyone. All the best. Cheers, guys. Bye.
All right. Bye.